Wow, I think everything's against me. Now my camera's sticking. First of all, it decides that my computer doesn't recognize the camera and it needs to restart. Then it goes black and white when I try to record it, and now it's sticking like crazy, and I don't know why. Uh, it's like 10 o'clock at night, and I'm just gonna empty this with the hope that it will speed things up. Sometimes when I delete things like that, it helps. Yes, I think that's helped. Okay, back to what I was going to talk about. We've just come back. We've seen Ted at the cinema. Not quite as funny as I thought it would be. I'll be honest with you. I know all the guys are probably going to come home and go, "Oh yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, it was really." Well, I had a few laughs. I have had a few giggles, but wasn't that impressed really. I expected to be laughing a lot more. That's what I would say. And you definitely don't need to go to the cinema to see it. The camera's still sticking. That's not very good, is it? So yeah, apart from that, I met Selena and we had a good laugh this time. We haven't met in a few weeks, so we both had things to tell each other, and we went to some different pubs as well. So just break it up a bit. I think it was getting a bit the samey. Work isn't as bad as I thought. Certain things are getting a little resolved, and yeah, I'm not really going to talk about that. Someone said some stuff today and it made me think about something that I've moaned to everybody about since, and I'm going to moan to you about it. Basically, there are a lot of people, especially around here, that think that anybody who has a different coloured skin colour is foreign. And I find that really a bizarre thing to think when they see somebody that might look kind of originally Chinese or Indian or black or whichever, or someone with a different religion or dress sense, and they just assume that because that person looks different then they must be foreign. Now, calling someone foreign isn't bad in itself, especially if someone is foreign, but a lot of the time these people are, have been born in this country and they're just as English as you or me. And there are people, actually these people probably think I'm not even English, and it does my head in, to be honest. I'm just going to empty that again. Okay, I might have to start this again, I think. It's really being annoying. Anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah, so these people, they think that somebody with another religion is from another country, and it's funny because how far do you think they could track their family back in this country? A lot of people have come from other places, and surely just to be British you need to be born in this country and consider yourself British. And this same person, on one of the days, I think it might have been Poppy Day or one of those kind of days that commemorates the war, or the wars, they were talking, when we had to do a minute silence, and then they were talking about, asking about where my family was or something and where I've come from, and as if like we came over during the war, and I happily said to her that my granddad was in the army and fought for this country, and so did his father. In fact, my grandfather's father fought in both First and Second World War for this country. He actually lied in the Second World War because he was a bit old to go back in, I believe, and we're not the lying kind at all. So my family is very patriotic and very English, and I think I should be allowed to be Jewish and English, and people shouldn't think that if they see a black person then that person must be foreign or African, or I just find that bizarre. Or if someone's got a funny accent or whatever. Seriously, somebody said to me today, they said, I was talking to one of them in the toilets, one of them, and she it was funny because she sounded like us, she said. And then she said, but then she had a bit of an accent, and I didn't know what she was saying. So I was like, what kind of accent? Oh, a little bit Brummy or something. I said, well, she's probably from Birmingham. And she just had this look on her face. And I just thought, you honestly think that everybody like that has just come off the boat? Oh, we can't keep changing our schools. I remember we used to sing hymns in assembly. Oh. I do know where they're coming from, but in a way I don't, because these same people don't want people of certain faiths to group together. So say I didn't go into assembly, then so I went out for it, so I didn't have to sing the hymns. But then what's the alternative? I go to a Jewish school, but these people don't want a Jewish school. So basically they're just saying I'm not allowed to have my own religion. Anyway, I've gone off on a big rant there. Didn't really mean to do that. I wanted to tell you some stuff about that I missed last time, but I'll probably forget again. But there was this whole thing with ducks. These ducks are trying to cross a road. Honestly, I don't think this is recording properly. Yeah. These ducks were trying to cross a road, and they almost got run over by a bus. I think I'm gonna have to do this again. Can't believe I'm gonna have to do it again. Well, anyway, I was on my bicycle and I stopped, and the first thing I thought was I want to get these ducks across the road where they want to be. Cars were coming from behind the bus because they didn't know why it was stopping. Cars were coming the other way, and the ducks kept trying to go forwards, and then they'd get almost run over and go a bit backwards, and everything was held up. So I basically ran across, and after deciding that the first thing I wanted to do was help them cross, when I realised at the other side was just pavement and like a fence, and there was nothing there for them, and they'd probably just wander backwards onto this area that was far more grassy and secluded. It's like a cemetery. So I went across and I turned my bicycle and I pushed them back onto the pavement, and I stood there guarding them because this one angry duck with a feather in its beak kept trying to sneak forwards again. So I just made sure that they stayed back, and we went by later that evening just to check that there wasn't any squash ducks on the pavement, on the road, and there wasn't. So I saved like 5 ducks from getting run over, and I've saved some snails as well from being stood on. But unfortunately I saw a dead pigeon today in the road, decapitated. Blah. There you go. I wanted to show you if this works, fingers crossed. Painting that I did when I wasn't making videos. It's of Maisie, my boyfriend's niece, who passed away, if you've been following me, earlier this year, and it was her birthday yesterday. So this is the painting. If you've got me on Facebook, you'll have seen it already. Can't see. Anyway, that's all for now. Hopefully this recorded slightly, and see you later.